So, hello, welcome to the show. And normally I would go right into this after I've done all my dailies and whatnot. But there's like an oozing cloud in the Genshin community because everything that has happened, and I think it's about goddamn time that someone told us straight. Because the only people that are talking straight are getting like outright banned. From by Hoyo. Spoiler: I don't give a damn about Hoyo at this point, and people have already like stated the truth in multiple videos and multiple instances. So let's like condense everything into one video and talk about why for a bit. I will do an Abyss video, but it's not gonna be this one, it's gonna be the next one. Because if I'm not mistaken, the enemies are new, so it's gonna be a useful video. That's why I do videos, in case they are useful. And when I do summons videos, I do summons videos on units I promote. Because they are worth promoting, you know. My last session of pools was Navia, and she's worth because she's like an amazing uh, damage dealer. She's dealing like 300k per E, which is a lot. And other broken units like the gentleman you see right here, like Nubilet, because he is broken AF. Furina, yeah, I did summon her. Why? Because it's broken AF. But what do you have to realize is that I play how I play, and I played differently like 1 or 2 years ago that I do now, and this is being consistent with what one thinks and says. What do I mean? Last unit I paid something for, I think it was Nubirat, and it was $100. And yeah, it was that, and I did it because Nubirat is crazy. The fact is that I won my 50-50s, and I managed to get another constellation for Nubirat. This was extra. So a book and 2 constellations from Nubirat for $100 is worth it. Same thing with Furina, weapon included. Both my summons were insane, crazy good. Kazuha, I also have some constellation for him, and not much else. I mean, I have Raiden, which began being a disaster and ended up being C2, and not much more because I don't want to make this about me and what I think about the game. Because the game in itself, I mean, this game by itself is incredible, you know, and the content we get on game, it's good. But first of all, this is what's available for everyone. Okay, why play the game? Because the game in itself is amazing, and we cannot lie. We cannot lie. This game is incredible. You know, let's just let it load for a bit, and we're gonna go straight into the new area just because it's the new area, and we have to like make it appropriate for both sides of the coin of the arguments. Thing is, while this loads, you people cannot go around making videos right now about how good Cloud Retainer is. You just cannot do that right now in the middle of a strike. Yesterday I was on YouTube and some people were going live summoning for Cloud Retainer. What are you doing? What are you doing? Thing is, this game, as you can see, is amazing. Look at all of this. Look at these rocks. Look at these lakes. Look at this scenery. This is worth 20,000 pictures. If this was real, it would be like one of the most incredible things we would have in this world. check this, these mechanics are good. This is the best mechanic of flight we've ever gotten in an area to explore it fast. There are some amazing things about this game, but this fucking company is so stingy. How is it possible that you've done something so incredible and at the same time you're so tone deaf? Because it's tone deaf. Do not be consequent with what else do you bring. Let me stop rambling for just a moment and say obviously this video is about the 3 stupid wishes. Of course this video is about the 3 rewards. But let's understand why we're still here. We're still here because this is amazing. And this game will be amazing visual wise, history wise. But this stupid ass company is killing itself. A lot of people had said Genshin can only fail because of Genshin, and this is becoming a fact. So, let me go back to the PS, because I'm gonna be here for the video later. So, let's just focus and talk about the problems of this game, because I think the thing is, with this video I want the whole truth to be somewhere, and I'll have to do that because it's like a whole mess around the internet. So let's just fuse together into one video what Genshin is doing right and what Genshin is doing wrong. And I'm gonna begin for what's doing wrong and what needs to be fixed like immediately, because it makes no goddamn sense that other games of the same company did everything correctly by listening to our feed, and the game which we are asking for is totally ignoring it, which is stupid ass decisions by greedy corporates. You can find the name of the guy that is doing this. I think his name was Dai or so, or Dai Han, or the Korean names or Chinese names are like a puzzle to solve. Thing is, good things we'll talk about later. Let's get the bad things out of the way. In order for oldest to newest, we're gonna try and do that. Good old Resin, why are we still having 160? 200. Easy. You can get in once, you can concentrate everything, and if you have to forget about it until the next day, you can do that and you will have maximum resin. Give more resin. It's something very, very tone deaf. We've been asking it for years, 3 years, you know? So just do it already. It's something like a lot of time in the making. Next, about resin as well. We cannot loot bosses with concentrated resin, which makes it stupid. If I want to wait for like 4.4 to drop and pull for Cloud, Trainer or Retainer or whatever, I want to make her boss, if this is her boss, I don't know if this is her boss, I want to be able to kill her boss as many times as possible. So the prior day I would leave 5 concentrated resin to kill this boss 5 more times. I cannot do that, and that's annoying, because I cannot get my character to a very high level the first day, so I cannot use it the first day unless I burn like through resin, and as you see I got none. So that's most likely not a possibility. If you have 100 or 200 resins, you don't care about maximizing your characters. So we're talking different stuff here. This is just about resin. Next thing that this game needs to solve, like immediately, is the artifact problem, because there is an artifact problem. And I'm not talking about the failed loadouts, because this was a failure and it totally missed the mark. Like all of it. We wanted to be able to have our best artifacts into any character at any time, as long as the pieces are not shared with any other party participant. That's where the problem begins. To make it easier and simpler, if my best artifacts are on Raiden, for example, if these are the crazy artifacts, I want to be able to get this set and transfer it to Jianlin, for example. Where is she? And if I'm not using Raiden, Jianlin to have her better artifacts in slot. And if I'm using Raiden and not Jianlin, for Raiden to have the better artifacts. This was the whole purpose of artifact loadouts. To be able to not have to have all the craziest artifacts for all the characters, since getting good artifacts by itself is tedious as hell. And why is it so tedious? And why is it so frustrating? Because sometimes you are farming and you get a piece with good artifacts but trash substats. And sometimes you get a piece with amazing substats and fucked up main affix. So, how do you alleviate all this BS? There's a couple of ways to doing this. You could pick like a new artifact. I don't know. Let's do this. Whatever. You could like come here, pick a new artifact. This is only for 5 stars. And for instance, if this HP you don't want it, at +0 you have. This is all a way to try and solve this. This is not how it is. You guys know that. A way to fix artifacts would be, you should be able to reroll one of the first artifact substats that you get when you drop an artifact. That's point 1. This was done in Diablo, and you could re-roll one until you get the substat that you wanted. This way, you're not like betting everything into an artifact going to +4, and then getting, in this instance, I would like to get a crit rate for this example. You could make it that you could re-roll this flat defense multiple times into one new substat. And then you go to +4 and let's see what the other substat comes off. But this way you would have 2 pieces. And then if you think it in kind of in a numeric way, way many more artifacts would be good, or who could have potential to be good. That's one way of addressing this. And don't forget that after that, even if you drop crit rate, you still need the sub rolls of the substat to roll into rate and damage or energy recharge SP. This is still a sea of RNG that we have to go through. But this way you take most of it out. You know, you make it easier. Because this is the main problem. When I say this, I go off so hard. See this is not his artifact, this is offset. I've been farming for an artifact like this with crit rate as a substat for the entirety of 4.0, excuse me. For the entirety of Fontaine, I still have to drop a fucking helmet for him. This is what's not correct. It's so stupid hard to get good pieces. And yeah, I know it's kinda nuts, but still, he's still missing crit rate because this goblet has no rate, and I need a helmet with rate to get a friggin' goblet good for him on him, like this one, you know? So this has to get alleviated somehow. You can do that, or you could get, for instance, who has this one? Yeah, you could get this piece and get another piece of the same set or something like that. That let's put it differently. You could have dropped this helmet and another helmet that had crit rate but no crit damage from another piece of the same helmet, same kind of helmet, excuse me. Therefore, you could get the substats of the second helmet and put them into this helmet. Did call it artifact junctioning? I don't know. Put your name. I'm just giving up two ideas to solve this artifact issue because it is an issue. People get tired of getting shit artifacts. People that are AR-55 and are below 60, a lot of them don't have enough artifacts to clear game properly, you know. And also, now let me bring the cooking pan out of the vault to say something. And I don't know if a lot of you know this, but artifact draws were shadow nerfed in 1.5, and the only person who talked about it was Majestic, the leaker, and no one talked about this. And this is like totally correct, by the way, because prior to 1.4 we were getting a lot of artifacts, very good artifacts. My first characters that I use the most have crazy artifacts. Like, this could have like been even better, but you know, it was a 3-starter and I still haven't replaced it. See, this was a thing. This was a thing. You know. So they shadow nerfed the probabilities of the good stats and they increased defense to a lot. 60% to be exact. So basically, you have a 60% chance of any piece, main affix, being defense. Except the feathers and flowers, because fixed makes that. But you get the drill. The chance of you getting crit rate on a helmet is below 10%. Same with crit rate. You know, it's made hard, and I understand why it was made hard, because since this is the end game of this game, besides the base, which is where we are. When I mean this, because when you get all the artifacts at perfect substats and perfect values, you're done with a character, and you can only use it and use it for what? For this and events, and not much else, because it's something that will be addressed later. But bro, you don't have to make it so fucking stupid that you have to wait for the planets to align to get a good artifact, you know? This was one of the main things I wanted to talk about. I'm gonna leave rewards for the last thing, but let's talk just very quick about communication with vertical communication from players to the Hoyoverse community. To me, it's all like a charade, because I can tell you what to do, and you're still not going to do it. Because there's nobody who's gonna tell me what the fuck I got to do. Yes, I'm gonna tell you, because someone has to fucking tell you. If you ignore the players for years and years to come, your product will die. How easy to understand is that? How? And you've already lost 4 million people, not counting the people you bought back with bots, because it's clear as fucking day. You just have to go follow. Not only that, but you are censoring people. I don't give a damn if Hoyo censors me. because my mindset is like very specific, and I will talk about how you should view Genshin, in my humble opinion, from now onwards, until it gets changed. Because now what you want to do is to take advantage of them as much as possible. But I've talked about this in my prior no end game video, which is still up on my channel, by the way. And the thing hasn't changed. So let's just keep on moving. Let's just say that the people that are running Genshin, they found a niche, a gem, that they did not expect to become this big. And then they said, okay, if this thing we created can make people spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars every single banner that we pull out, why should we change anything? And that's that. That mindset is the one that's gonna hold still and steady unless China says something about it. Which actually makes me say something else. The fact that, hold up, the fact that Hoyo only listens to China, and thank God Tecton. By the way, if this ever reaches Tecton, thank you, man, thank you. First of all, for the weapon banner, that's point number one. And point two, because you have the balls to just say it as it is. Sometimes you have to. What happens with you, Techie, is that something it has to fall into your lap, and then the thing is that you most likely said it, and then you can claim it. But that's it. I don't know. You were a content creator. You spent way more than I did. And I'm pissed, so at this point you should even be more pissed, to the point that you're making these videos and you're doing what has to be done. And it's not complaining, it's just stating the fucking obvious at this point. Thank you. And now back to our schedule. Why are they so tone deaf? Why are the developers so tone deaf? First of all, because China is still a dictatorship. So the mindset that I can ban you and I can censor you is something that they can do in China, but they should not do for the rest of the world. So since they cannot do that, they don't care about. You know, that's the mindset, and that's just so fucking Nazi. If you ask me, it's like our opinion doesn't matter. Now it's gonna matter. You wanna know why? Because your cloud retainer, I am pulling for it. I am giving you my money. You know why it matters? Because since my last video, when at the second year anniversary, that you told us, no, there's no end game. Do you know how little money you spend in your game? Only for Novilette, and only for Farina. And I've gotten a ton of stuff. A ton of stuff for free. But that's something I'm gonna just say later about how you should approach the game. So let's just keep moving. As I said before, the rewards you get for the events, for the stuff that you get here at the F5, these normally entice you enough to play, even if it's only for the primo gems. You just go ahead, do them, takes at tops 20 minutes, or unless there's like a mission that it's way too texty, which is another problem of the game. Way too many text, there's no skip buttons, there's no way to speedrun a game like Genshin, because you have to do it 10,000 times 10,000 dialogues, and some that are unskippable. Thank you. Thing is, you can get good rewards in game, the land right. At the end of the day, this is all about the primo gems. Let's be easy, simple, and plain. We all want the primo gems. If you play the lantern right because, oh, it's cute and whatnot, no, you're playing it for the primo gems. And the fact, and this actually hurts, because the lantern right, these scenes haven't made me tear up about how good they are, how incredible they are. And then you have a game that can bring these incredible good emotions within you out, and at the same time you have a shit head of developer that is stupid and annoys the living f out of you, not being aligned with reality. Because if they are losing 4 million followers across all the social media platforms, it's because people are pissed. People are pissed. You don't understand that? And after that, you see, oh, check this new list of events and check this new cloud retainer that I'm pretty sure we'll get for free with our 3 wishes. You fucking tone deaf idiots. Oh, dude, why? The improved communication. I mean, they came out and said we're going to make better rewards. We're going to improve communication. Bullshit. You totally ignored the theme and you bought bots to buy back all your losses. So you cannot. So you can hold the numbers back because you can do whatever if you want. It might help your numbers, it doesn't help the view of the game. And not the game, is still crazy good. And this beast is gonna be 600 Primogen. But the company is so stupid. Then people ask, why are people downvoting other games? I don't know, maybe because it's the same fucking company, and the problem is with the company, not with the game, with the company that made the game. 3 years of rewards of us spending in your game, because a lot of people are free to play, but a lot of people are Welkin Moon and Battle Pass. And there's dolphins like I was, and there's whales that steal C6 shit, like Espur, holy god, you can do a lot of big screenshot numbers, but dude, you're like one of the mules that loads this company. Stop. Whoever has summoned for more than one constellation of Cloud Retainer is part of the problem. We're in the middle of a strike and I saw people summoning for Cloud Retainer. Why? I think, who was it? I don't want to mistalk, but I don't know if it was I Win to Lose. That does... any content creator that has done a video on the drama and then the next video is pulling for Jian Yun, it's like, bro, you're missing the point. You're missing the fucking point. If you have to pull for unit, do it as much free to play as possible. And more about this later, but let's just keep moving on. I know that we all know that the problem is this stingy not community. This stingy ass company. There we go. First, one quick thing. I'm not English. I'm from Spain, from Catalonia. So if my English is not perfect or I get caught in my own thoughts or whatever, remember that I'm not English. What else do we have here? Yeah, how to fucking solve this? It's so easy. It's so easy that I wanted to wait a bit for the rewards to actually come in our mail and then be able to claim this shit on it. But if you want to make people feel special for playing your game for 3 years, since it's the 3rd year anniversary, how about instead of giving us 3 stupid wishes that no one, it's more like an insult if you do this. How about each of these single wishes is a guaranteed 5-star, excluding the 50-50, one for each banner. One limited wish that will give you 5-star. Guaranteed, not the 50-50 included, so if you have the 50-50, you gotta beat the 50-50 anyway. Same for a weapon and same for a standard. And the standard can even be selected if you give an epitomized path. How hard can that be? Huh? give them a nice, beautiful skin, and make them savable for if you give them a year to get used if you want to. But you can do stuff. You can. It's just that you are tone deaf and never thought this was a problem because you did not understand how burnt out the community was. And what else was the community was? Like a segue. We still don't have endgame. Honkai Star Rail has been out for a year and they have too many modes that they cannot even complete right now. Give me something to do with all my stuff. Give me something to do with all of this. Why? Uh, why should I have all of this if I have nothing to do with it? Why? You'll know that there's people missing here. It's almost all of them, but not all of them. Why would I need Yaimiko when I have Raiden? For example. You know, there's stuff that you should get because it's insane, good, stupid, ass, broken. But there's stuff that you shouldn't get because it's not mandatory. Case in point, these two fellas. Albedo, you don't need him. You don't get him. I got him because I made a newbie mistake at the beginning of the game. That's it. Traveler, you don't need Traveler as a damage dealer because the unit that you really need is Kazuha. Why do you have Traveler then? I have Traveler because I pulled him for free and I won the 50-50. Scara's first banner was this last year, or maybe the other. Not now, I don't remember. But it was after they announced we were getting no endgame. So in retaliation, I pulled a shit ton of stuff for free. Another things that I picked up for totally free. This weapon from Nahida for free, totally free. And now it's on Cookie Shinobu, but where are you, Cookie? Cookie, where are you? Don't find her. There she is. Yeah, this was totally free as well. So my retaliation of them giving us no endgame was I'm gonna pull a shit ton of stuff for free, and I'm gonna pay you for Jack. Then they released Furina's Sigil. They released Furina, and I just had to. So yeah. And this one as well because it makes it that they both can play together. I think those were like the only two instances that I put additional money into the game. Oh yeah, excuse me, the Linal fiasco. This was something that I wanted to talk about. I guess I'll talk about it now. There are some pulls that I regret having done. First of all, Line. I regret pulling for Line. I don't regret it because she covers an option, but I rarely use Nilo. Rarely. Who else do I regret pulling for? I don't regret pulling for Dignari, even though I hate them, because they're both like really good. And in some situations, Dignari is better than Al-Haytham, especially for like some bosses, because like the Electro Horse Pony under the sea is way better, much quicker defeated by Tignari than Al-Haytham. It's much more appropriate. Xiao, I regret pulling for Xiao. I barely use him, and this kind of links with Cloud Retainer. No one thought about this. Yeah, Cloud Retainer gives you energy with your E, but plunge attacking as a mechanic doesn't give energy. Unless when the enemies die. But did no one thought about that? Plunge doesn't generate energy. It's a bad mechanic. It might have decent multiplier, but guess what? Nahida's he has a bigger multiplier, and it generates energy. I think you guys are way too fixated on new and whatnot, and spoiler alert, you don't need Cloud Retainer, you got Jean. You don't need her. Why would you give your hard-earned Primogems, aka your money, for Cloud Retainer when you have this lovely lady that does everything? Why? You don't need Cloud Retainer. You don't. You don't. Don't pull for this. Why? Why? You don't need her. Gaming, you will get gaming for free in a couple of days. So don't. Why should we pull for her? There's. Oh, she's a healer. Jean is a healer. Oh, she can make plants. Yeah, she can make a mechanic that doesn't generate energy because, not because. Therefore, you don't. It's not optimal, so you don't need it. I'm gonna do a piece later, and guess what? I'm gonna clear it without Genion. Is she a gorgeous model? Yes, but there's a thing. If you really want her, you don't need to get her now. She's gonna eventually have her around. And you can just get as much information in the world as you can as soon as possible and know when she's gonna come back. And then you can make the decision if you really want her to save for her and then pull for her. Nowadays, right now, don't pull for do whatever you want, but I highly do not suggest pulling for Jiangyun. I do suggest pulling for Nahida though. Nahida is really crazy good. No, that's it. I have her C0. I would like her C2. I could pull now. I'm not pulling for Jack because at C0 she's really good. And guess what? All of these Primogems and all the Primogems I make from now until Arlecchino are for Arlecchino. If she's good. If she's not good, I don't need her. You know? We'll discuss this a little later. Let's talk about some fresh news that came up yesterday, really quick. There's been rumored to. There's a rumor that states the following: a new weapon pack series will be added into the events, quote unquote, that will allow you to buy a pack for some amount of either Genesis crystals or Primogems or Star Glitter, we don't know exactly, that would allow you to get 5-star weapons, but not any of them. The first 2 waves are supposed to be the Skyward series, so the Skyward Harp, I think Fischl has it. This should be better if I just go to weapons. Hold up. Yeah, the Skyward series is gonna be on the first pack. Then the next pack is the Shields related pack, which is stupid because no one wants this. You see that they are here sitting doing nothing. The next thing that would be interesting in these weapon packs would be the Jade stuff and the Freedom series. The Freedom series is actually decent, both for Eula and especially for Kazuha. But this series will not get here for a while because the first ones are gonna be the Skyward series and then the Shield series. I don't give a crap, nor should you. Thing is, these weapon packs should be good to get weapons that we cannot get anymore. Like this one, like the Dea one, and some others. Maybe the Jade series will give you either the Cutter or the spear. There will be series added in, and maybe down the line they will add some good weapons in the banners. You know, if that happens, it's gonna be down the line. And next, I'm gonna be pissed off because, as you can see, this is a lot of weapons, meaning that there has been some, to say the least, some cash that went into this game, and now if I waited for this, I would save a lot of money and a lot of primo gems. I would have saved quite a lot of stuff. This is still not in-game, so if this is not a thing, plans have changed. But I bring this up because, first of all, what a fucking ass shit move to do, because you not only shit on people like me that have weapons, but the first thing that you get to do after people have been shitting you for a full week is to come with a plan to make more money. Are you serious? The first thing that you should have done was say, we fucked up, sorry, we forgot to say that these 3 wishes were special wishes, and then do something about it. Something, like I said, that make each wish be a 5-star for each banner. How simple is that? How you would have solved a ton of stuff. The other thing that we're kind of expecting rewards-wise is the fact that if Honkai Star Rail is getting all this free stuff, they are getting it because someone paid the road, not paved, paid the road for your games to be successful, and that was Genshin. The community that you should be most thankful to would have to be Genshin. And all that we want, Honkai is getting immediately and for free. And it's the same company. If one is being acclaimed and the other is making you lose 4 million votes, guess where the problem is? The problem is that fucking move Dayahu or whatever his name is, that is stingy as fudge and ignores everyone. Someone is taking the decisions, not considering us. That person needs to go. Like Vince McMahon the other day. Fuck him, and fuck this stupid Chinese goon dictator ass. Okay? If something's wrong, it has to be fixed. And if the direction cannot solve the issue, I suggest it gets renewed. Or you will continue losing people. As one of the last points I have to touch on this video, about the end game, I did make a video like 1 or 2 years ago about the end game. The concept is still the same. I'm not gonna over-explain myself, but the thing is, if we got no end game, there's no point on pulling 4 characters. The only thing that made us pull in Fontaine was the fact that you needed an Emma, Ozia, or what's the other one? Numa or Ozia alignments for some mechanics in game to work. That was that. There are bosses that if you hit them with Ozia or Numa, depending on the boss, at the correct time, they just drop down immediately, and it's a massive advantage. So here in Abyss, this was kind of mandatory. That's why Furina and Nubilet are so good. And the thing is that if you follow me for a while, if you're new, hello, thank you for being here. Within a 44-minute video so far. I was like very big into Genshin because it was a game that aligned with my personal views of stuff, magic elements, and this is a little off topic, but I'm just gonna say it. I'm writing 6 books, and Some of, well, all of them are like element related, and this game has 7 elements. So we kind of, it was kind of a match made in heaven. And not gonna lie, it was the first game that I said, yeah, we've reached the pinnacle of gaming with this game. Unfortunately, not with the company, because the game is amazing. The company is awful. Um, so basically, my stance is still the same. If we don't have in-game, there's no reason to pull. If I don't have anything to do with all of these gentlemen and ladies, why should I pull for it? How hard can it be to make a co-op Spiral Abyss or the Fields of Celestia, where you can only make enemies vulnerable to one type of damage and then you rotate that? One day you can only deal damage with Anemo or Anemo related stuff. The next day you can only bring Cryo. The next day you can only bring Hydro. Why don't you give us something to do with all of this? Why? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Having no endgame means that you just come into this game, you do your dailies, you do the events, you steal all that you can from this stupid ass company, and then you look out until the next day. Make your artifacts, you don't get jack, because that's how it's been going. And don't get me wrong, but yeah, I can have like this is decent, there's no HP, but there's decent. I can have this is really good, not gonna lie. I can have this, which is good. This is not perfect, but this fucking helmet, you know, you will get good artifact pieces, so don't be discouraged, because, I mean, you will get good artifacts. You will. You, there's no way you won't. If you play every day, you will get good artifacts. But the fact that to get the perfect artifact, which is the one you need to conclude a character and have him optimized the maximum that you can, it takes so long, it's so tedious. They even said it themselves as an option on the polls. If you do the polls, but I usually don't do. I just do the Primogems one, because Primogems, and I only do polls when they fuck up, because we have to tell them. Thing is, since they said there's no endgame, I went from burning hundreds of dollars in this game because it was amazing to only pulling whatever I needed. And what I'm gonna state now is something that you should take for yourself. How to how to view Genshin properly, okay? If you're pissed as you should, you can always quit the game. Let them know. It's like the best way to make them know. If you're not willing to do that, because you have invested too much time in this game and you still think, like I do, that the game is amazing, but the company sucks, the goal is a new one for you and everyone. The goal is to take advantage of all that they give, so you don't have to spend. That's the new goal. How do you do that? A little counterintuitive, but let me explain why. See this shit? This is 3,000 Primogems every month. It's $5. If you don't have $5, sorry about that. But thing is, $5 is what a drink costs in a club, and nowadays it would be a very cheap drink actually. So yeah, for $5 you get 3,000 Primogems, and if you come here to the recharges, you'll see that 3,000 Primogems is like $20, something like that. Get value stuff, get good value stuff. And by the way, the ×2 of the recharges will get out of the game very soon because China has made a law that forbids them. So yeah. But getting the Walking Moon is $5 every month, and it gives you 3,000 Primogems. The Battle Pass will give you wishes, which is akin to Primogems, all the materials that you need, including books, which is akin to more resin, and you will need books. So everything that you get here, including the weapon and whatnot, you will get a ton of value for $9.99, which is $10. So if you, and by the way, it's $10, and in the in the store, 600 Primogems is $5 if you have the ×2. Else it would be $10, which is the cost of the Battle Pass. So don't buy the stupid little recharges and take advantage of the big recharges only, and then everything else you get with the Battle Pass. You take advantage of whatever they fucked up doing, because all of this is a ton of value for like nothing. $10 to me, at least to me, $10 is nothing. And you have to do this every month and a half. What can this report? $60 per year to get a ton of stuff that you would either need resin or more time to achieve, and you will not get it. And the Walking Moon is just not free, but quasi free. The thing, these links, hold up. Sorry about that. These links with something that I wanted to say, and this might be one of the last points that I bring up. These people get your money because you don't want to wait. Let that sink in. If you want Nahida, this is her third rerun. I have Nahida and I have her weapon. Nahida did not come for free. I actually lost the 50-50. The videos in YouTube as well. I lost the 50-50, and I was so rich, and I keep rich pulling, and I managed to gather 40 additional pulls, and in the 14th pull, she came home. So with $100 I took, and the Primogems I took it all home. But the weapon and hers and Nilo were free, total free. It was I pulled them out in the last year, and I was like very distant from Genshin because I was pissed for endgame, and now I'm still pissed at no endgame. So why would you do summons and play and whatnot? Because this has become a war for me against my Hoyo, for me getting what I want without giving them jack shit besides the Walking Moon and Battle Pass. So I went from spending hundreds of dollars in this game almost monthly, being a dolphin in all sense of the word, to being Battle Pass and Walking Moon. And yeah, there's some stuff that I wanted so bad because I knew that would be so broken that I did end up putting some cash on it. But not anymore. I don't need to do that anymore. So what now? What now means that this is all free to play. All of it. And the last character I pulled was Navia. From Navia to here, I've got to take 10k Primus. And that was like a banner ago, you know. Next stop is Arlecchino. I have her guaranteed. And that's almost that, you know. You have some ways to look at Genshin. If you're totally free to play, like totally free to play, you can still manage to clear all the game with quote-unquote low-tier units. I say big quote-unquote because D has a 5-star and Jianlin is a 4-star. and she's alright better. So, thing is, let's check what you got here that should be able to easily cook a bit. I don't know about this one, but Beidou's amazing. Young Tang Fei is a good unit. Colei, Yao Yao, excuse me, is a very good unit. Heizu is a good unit. TPS wise, Jian Lin is a good unit. Burgeon Toma is a good. Xingqiu will forever be good. Looks like. Officially is good. Cookie is good. Diona is amazing. Ningguang is a really good character if you have her built up. But you will have some 5 stars here and there. And when I made the endgame video, whoa, excuse me. When I made the endgame video, I went through this. Let me go like really fast through it. You only need 4/5 characters of each element, and some elements you need less. A DPS, a sub DPS, or off-field DPS, one of either. A healer and a support. For I don't know, Geo, because we got Geo right here. You got the Archon, a couple of DPS, the supports, and that's pretty much it. You got a healer, but Zhongli is a thing, so when you got Zhongli, you don't need to heal, basically. That's for Geo. For going through fast, I'm not even gonna click. Pyro, you got Bennett, you got Hu Tao, you got Yoimiya, you got Jian Lin, you got a lot of stuff. Hydro, you got Neuvillette and Furina. You pretty much don't need anyone else. Thing is that Neuvillette came way too late into the game, so we had to quote unquote pull for Taglia and quote unquote pull for Ayat, which are two amazing units. So you still have those. You got Xingqiu off field, you got Yelan off field. There's a ton of stuff. Electro, you got Raiden. You got Kubishinobu, you got Dori if you really don't need a dedicated healer because Kubi's healing is kind of off. You don't need Yaimiko. You got even Kujosara to buff the whole element's damage with the critical damage. Cryo, you got Ganyu, you got Ayaka, you got Shenhe, you got Diona, you got even Charlotte nowadays, which is not a thing because Diona is better, because shielding and healing in the same unit as a 4-star is insane. Anemo, you got Jean, so you don't need Cloud Retainer as a healer. You got Scaramouche. If you want DPS Anemo, which is not good actually, because you don't get additional damage from the non transformative reactions. You just floor it, so it's not the best. Same with Geo, but at the same time, both Anemo and Geo can deal through almost any shield. So C6 or 5 Ito will effectively destroy anything in the game. There's I said this as well, but we're at a point that we can play in stylistically. That's the word. And I don't want to rumble much longer because this has been a 1-hour video, and I think I've already went through all the major points I want to talk about. I'm just checking if I got something else to talk about. No, basically the rewards is tone deaf. The resin problem has been there for years. The artifact problem, I have already talked about how to fix it. Improve your communication, or at least make something about it, because it's like so tone deaf that you went out and said thank you for your thousands of millions of dollars with 3 wishes. So it's basically a slap in the face, up to the point that the good old Doro boy, which is whatever, he even said, "Oh, this feels like a slap in the face, but I'm gonna eat it. Then he didn't say that the last part, I just put that in. But holy fuck, you know, just don't. You can. This is not only for Doro, but you guys, all of you, you cannot shit on us because we're shitting on something that is so blatantly obvious. Even today I learned that Fog went after Tecton. What are you doing, that you stupid idiot? You're gonna get buried and eaten alive. And especially because he's saying the fucking truth for one. Not for one, but as per usual. Remember that I'm not English. Go, dude. Whoever made the video encouraging to pull on Cloud Retainer, bye. Done. You cannot tell me, oh yeah, go ahead, pull for her. Why? Why should I do that? We have just been given 3 major shits. Am I gonna pull her with those 3 wishes? No, I'm not gonna. The math will not add up. You just have to get lucky. This is like a slot machine. Fuck off. Oh, this is what a gacha game is. Dude, I play for this. For the game, not for the mechanics of the game. And if the mechanics are iffy, if the game is worth it, you would pull for something. But since the game, this is the dilemma with Genshin. The game is worth it, but the company is not. If you, I've had a ton of luck with the banners. A ton of luck. You don't know how much money I saved just by being lucky on the banners. You don't know because you don't know. You cannot know. And you come here and say, yeah, I'm pretty sure not all of this is free. Of course, not all of this is free, especially the weapons. But there's stuff that I've gotten for free. I've gotten constellation for characters for free. I've gotten characters for free. I've gotten weapons of characters for free. I pulled weapons in 10 pulls back to backs. I pulled characters after pulling weapons for other characters in 10 pulls. I've had a ton of luck. A ton of luck. And even so, I've spent money in this game. And even so, I'm so pissed off. You know, I could have been more lucky, yeah, but not much more actually. But bruh, this is, yeah, your thank you for having spent and contributed to our game is for 3 years, 3 wishes. 3 wishes, 3 fuck you thanks. Okay? That's it for me. An hour video. I do this because it had to be said and because I don't give a fuck if I get striked by Hoyo. Who gives a fuck? I mean, I'm a dude with 50 subscribers on YouTube. But these 50 subscribers dude just told you what the fuck is wrong with this game and how to solve it. Now, it's out to whoever sees this video and reaches here. First of all, if you're still here, thank you very much to listen to me rambling for an hour. And like, comment, subscribe, and share. Especially share. The first 3 are not the important ones. The share is the important one. Because if by some miracle this gets to either Tecton, because he's like a microphone, so that would be the same, or this video gets to another content creator, or this video outright gets to Hoyo. The goal is for this to get to Hoyo. And by the way, if you're here, you can go ahead and also watch why no endgame will make you lose people eventually. Because it's all the same. It's all the same stuff. It's the company being stupid and having tone-deaf communication with people and not giving a damn because they created something that will bring them money. Except if you get a hold of yourself and do stuff properly. Save, and save. You don't need everything immediately. You're not a content creator, you know? You don't need to make a guide immediately on a new character so you can have revenue. And if you are, at least say that you don't need her. because Mr. Gacha Gamer, oh, she's game changing, she makes character plunge meta. No, plunge will never be meta because it doesn't generate energy. F off. That's it. Game wise, that's it. And you don't need God Retainer because her damage is shit. She doesn't deal any damage whatsoever. You can make other characters make more damage, but honestly, will it be better than Nobilette? No, that's it. Nobilette can clear full floors of it in 3 seconds. He doesn't give a damn. Al-Haytham can as well. You know, it's a new way to blame. Do you need? No. Do you have to spend money? No. Especially when we're gonna get Arlecchino in a patch or Chlorine, which is also a no-go because you got Raiden. You have to like swap your game mentality. You gotta save, and only pull for whatever's gonna make you way more powerful than you already are, so you can clear the game now and forever. Do you think that I need something else? Having all of this. There's stuff that I have and I don't need. I don't need Albedo, I don't need Xia, I don't need... you don't need Shenhe, but if you have her, she's amazing with Ganyu and Ayaka. You don't need Eula, but she's like the highest DPS dealer in the game, so why shouldn't you have it? Baiju, you don't need, but he's like really good, so good. Nilu you don't need, but the style that she provides is really good, and Dendro Hyper Dendro is Hyper Bloom Dendro. Hyper Boom Dendro, not Bloom. Hyper Boom Dendro is really good. You don't need Kokomi, but she was free to play. I pulled for her because I had Primotens for free. Just because Hydro Healer. You got Barbara. Barbara's jack shit. Barbara is awful. So yeah. The only thing that good Barbara has is that she can apply cryo on contact. But so can Qingqiu, and Barbara's just bad. That's that. Then utility characters you will need. Cookie Shinobu with the key of Kashnizut makes Al-Haytham do insane more damage. Al-Haytham, Yilan, Nahida, Cookie is a Hyper Bloom meta team, and it's like incredibly heavy on the DPS side and incredibly quick at it as well. So yeah, there's things that you will get eventually, as well as the constellations. I mean, it's still not C6, but you will get everything eventually when you pull on the reruns, not in the first runs, in the reruns. You don't need everything immediately, okay? Make your mind, choose what you really need. My suggestions, get Nobilette, Kazuha, Zhongli. Furina, it's iffy because she's like way better with C2, and maybe at C0 you don't get her full potential out, so it's kind of a mixed bag. But Nobilette, you have to. Nobilette is insane. What else do you need? These three. Bennett you will get eventually, but get Bennett. Look, I'm jumping all of this until here. Ganyu, you need Ganyu. Raiden, you need Raiden. Al-Haytham, you should get Al-Haytham. Nahida, you should pull, you need Nahida. Yelan, you need Yelan. You need Yelan. She is insane. And then either Yoimiya or Hutao. I have both. Yoimiya is safer, especially bigger distance, and if you bring her with a shield, but Hutao can deal more damage, numbers-wise. Sorry about that. And 4 stars, if you got Geo, you can run this. If you have Yoimiya and you like Ayato and did not can Nobilette, you can get Genshin because she's gonna make everything better. But notice that you don't need Faruzan because you don't need Anemo DPSers. You need Anemo supports because the element works for that. If you have Anemo DPSs, better for you, but you got Skara and you got Xiao. Having a Skara, you don't need Xiao. I have them both and I regret pulling for Xiao. Because only a character you need from Anemo is actually Kazuha. So that's basically it. What else? Official, I already said is real good. I'm not gonna just redo what I've done already. So thing is, this game, as the content of the inside of the game, as the histories, as the game itself. I don't know how else to put it. It's amazing. This game is amazing. I cannot lie because it's amazing. It's the fucking game. But don't support this fucking company. It's the same thing I said at the endgame video, and it's the same thing I'm saying right now. Go free to play or at tops Welking on a battle pass, and you will get everything eventually. So from now on, this is we are gonna save all that you give us and we'll steal from you because the Welking Moon is stupid and the battle pass. There will be a day that I'm not gonna get the battle pass. The Welking Moon is just something so stupid that it just has to go. Because it's so valued that if you have $5, you save a drink in the club next time you go and get the Welcome One. That easy. Guys, as I cough my lungs out, thanks for watching, thanks for being here, and thanks for holding me rant. One more thing before I go. I gotta say thanks to Techie once again, because the fact that he went away and reacted to a random video for a random guy, and now that guy just basically did what I wanted to do, but better, kind of, because it's not gonna take an hour to get all the points that I had to give across, but thank you for bearing with me. Basically, one more thing before we go. If you could share this video with other people, just because it's the condensed version of what was needed to be said, at least from this gentleman's point of view. Double checking again if I missed something, but yeah, I think that's all of it. Content creators, keep speaking up. When we get the rewards that will be mailed in, I hope you speak up again and again and again and again and again. And the best thing you can do is, like I said, either quit the game or go either free to play, or if you want to actually get stuff, because the game is amazing. The in-game game is amazing. Go Welcome One Battle Pass tops. And that's that. Everyone else that cheated on this thing, and next thing on their feed and video was I'm gonna pull for Zhenjun. You dumb, deaf, and idiot. You know? And if you have something to say, go ahead, leave it in the comments below. I don't give a flying fudge. If some content creator is here, you're nobody, you shouldn't be making videos or this. Suck my dick. You could, okay? Shut up. Shut up. If I'm saying the truth, you cannot shit on me. That's it. Shut up. If any content creator goes out and does a video dealing with this, and the next day he's streaming normally, oh, this game sucks. I don't do videos on Genshin almost anymore because I only make videos that are worth something. In this time it was a discussion. Uh, when we get Arlecchino, you're gonna get my pulse, and my next video is gonna be Spiral Abyss because it's new. I do these videos because in some abysses that things get complicated. I managed to get through, and this way other people can know and understand what's the mechanic and what happened and what's the cross with the problem that Abyss generates in one. For example, some abysses ago we had a crap boss, the one that you needed to get the materials for Novelette or for Linnaeus, one of those. No, Linnaeus was Coppelius. I think it was Novelette. Thing is, that crab boss here in Abyss had special mechanics that you could only damage his shield when he was preparing for an attack. And I had to do that with Ayato that has a 6-second damage window to clean up shields. I ended up going through it as many times as I could, but we ended up managed pulling it up. There we go. I was getting the right words. That's why I do sometimes these videos, because this is actually the hardest content in the game. So a kind of quote-unquote guide or way to push through that you might not have thought about might be helpful to some. That's why some of my Abyss videos are the ones that have the most views, even though it's like 200 or 300 tops. I'm not a big content creator. I don't develop enough time in this game. I got 2 companies to run and I have the stock markets to run. I work 8 hours a day. I should be day trading right now, but I had to do this video. The market's gonna be there tomorrow and the next one, so that's it's no biggie. But this had to be said, so yeah. Enough of me mumbling and rambling. I'm gonna cut this video here, and my next video is gonna be in back to back actually, because I'm gonna do it right now. So yeah. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me rant for like an hour plus. But I think we've said all that had to be said. Don't be so tone deaf, give better rewards, solve for 1 and 4 the fucking resin stuff, 200 and bosses being able to collect, to be collected with concentrated resin, solve the artifact issue because it's been way overdue and it's something that discourages way too many people to keep playing and to keep doing domains to keep getting nothing. And nothing. That shadow nerf has to be reversed. Improve your communication with your players because you are not listening to us, and this was so evident with the 3 wishes that it just fell so fucking flat. You cannot be in a company that gives the new players from their new game the rewards that should belong to the players that made that game possible to begin with, which is us, the Genshin players. That's tone deaf and that's fucked up in the head, and that's a bad call. Give us endgame. Give us something to do with our characters, because yeah, now I have this to explore, but when this is done, I don't have anything else to do. Everything is gone, everything's cleared in every single map, and this will be done before 4.5, most likely. I have some missions to do here in Fontaine, but after I cleared everything in here, I will get all the Fremo gems, so not pulling, and yeah, that's gonna be that. Every abyss, do every abyss. Try to 36 stars every single abyss. because it's 600 primo gems for free. If you manage, if you don't, at least 33. If you have characters at level 90 and whatnot, you should not be doing less than 33 stars in Abyss. The difference from 33 to 36 is very, very noticeable. But if you can 36 star Abyss, go ahead and 36. And if you cannot, just 33. The goal is what I stated. Steal from these idiots. Steal from them as much as you can. All the events that we get, do them, all of them. Don't miss a single one. Even the web stuff that if you log 7 days, you get 100 primo gems, and then 20, 20, and 20, so it's 100 primo gems additional a month. Every single stuff that you can get your hands on, get it. Get all the primo gems that you can. The achievements here, you can do achievements, all of them. I have almost 1,000. I'm one missing from 1,000. Each achievement is 5 primo gems, either 5, 10, or 20. So you can multiply these for 5 and add an instance of 10 and 20 and some number, and this should be, I don't know, close to 7,000 primo gems just for the achievement. Maybe even more, because a lot of them are like 5, 10, and 20 primo gems. Get as much primo gems as you can, do Abyss, do the events, do the dailies, battle Welkin Moon, and that's your way to getting a lot of stuff in this game. Of course, the artifacts, but that's like another whole thing. Enough. Been rambling here for a fucking hour and 20 minutes. Thanks for watching, and thanks for being here. I've been Carol the Kaiser, and please share. I don't say like, comment. If you want to like me rambling about Genshin for an hour, go ahead. Thank you very much. If you want to subscribe, my main content is basically important videos, character summons, and Spiral Abyss runs, and maybe a variety short here and there, or some stuff that happens. I'm not gonna clog your inbox. Don't worry about that. But I just think that this had to be said, and the more people that talk about it, the better. And not only being destructive, but actually giving you solutions and step-by-step points. So that's it from me. Thanks for watching, and my next video is gonna be about this, and it's gonna go up today as well. So right after this one. I've been Carl the Kaiser, and take care everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.